All right, welcome back to WZMB 91.3 FM Greenville. I'm DJ Breezy. This is a golden hour. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said last week, I do have a special guest for College Radio Day. We've been celebrating it all week. And in the studio with me live is Miss Marye Amanda. I want to thank you so much for joining me. I'm so excited to have you here. So for today, she is going to be performing a couple songs for us, and we're just going to get to a couple questions. But first, if you could just introduce yourself to the people who are listening to you right now.
Yeah, cool. Can we say that again?
Yes, please. I'm so sorry.
I was curious if it was on or not. Can you hear me now?
Yes, go ahead.
No, you're fine. So for those of you who didn't hear it on the other mic, my name is Marye Amanda. I'm a singer-songwriter from Greenville, North Carolina. I actually used to work here at WZMB, so it's really cool to be back here on College Radio Day. I currently co-write songs and release songs. Been writing with a lot of people out of Nashville, and I'm just happy to be here today.
Okay, thank you so much. For anyone listening, this is my first interview, so I'm so sorry I literally messed up by not pressing the button. But yeah, so I'm so grateful to have her here, and like she just said, like she used to work here, so she knows what's going on. So just to start off asking like basic questions, which I'm sure you've been asked a lot of times before, but like when did you start playing / singing? Like what made you want to start doing this?
Yeah. So I actually started singing like most people in church when I was 3, grew up in choir at school and then choir at church, stuff like that. But then I really I started playing piano when I was first grade, and then guitar when I was about 9. And then I'd always kind of wanted to write songs. And then probably around then is when I really started to put music with lyrics.
Okay. So that's my next question I have written down is how many songs have you written so far?
Oh man, I don't know. Because I'm so bad. You could look up on my PRO repertoire, and I probably only have 20 listed, but I have some that I haven't even registered.
Okay.
Oh, man, I don't even know because they're some I forgot about.
Okay. Do you have a favorite song you've written so far?
Oh, I feel like every new song is your favorite song. My current favorite is what I'm going to play for you guys, and it's called Mixed Signals, just because there's a line in it that I absolutely love. It's one of my favorite lines I've ever written. But I feel like your song that your most recent song is always your favorite because you're always trying to improve.
I'm so excited to hear that.
I'll have to tell the story behind it.
Yes, I'm so excited to hear that. So for the people who don't know, what is your genre? What music do you play?
So I do more country folk,
okay.
Borderline pop country. I used to be alternative rock, and then I started listening to a lot of country during the pandemic, and I did a complete 180 genre shift.
Gotcha. What made you do that? Just of the pandemic itself, or?
Yeah, and I was going to Nashville a lot, and so it just made sense to do that. And when I took a step back and I looked at the songs I was writing and lyrically what they kind of aligned to, it was more country, and country is a more mainstream genre.
Okay.
And so it seemed to make sense, and I love the storytelling of country music, and that's what really drew me to it during the pandemic. And I always, I started out writing country, and then I kind of got away from it, but then I decided it was just time to go on back.
Right. So going into that, what specific artists inspired you, and who did you listen to during those times?
Okay. Well, I feel like most girls our age grew up with Taylor Swift.
Yes.
So, I mean, when I was 8 or 9 years old listening to Fearless, that's what I wanted to be. I wanted to be Taylor Swift with a sparkly guitar and the fringe dress.
Yep, same.
Yeah. So, but I love 80s rock. Mm-hmm. So, what's funny is sometimes after shows, people will be like, did you used to sing rock music? And I was like, yeah, I did. And so I feel like I'm influenced by a lot of different genres. I love listening to Zach Bryan, artists like that kind of country, but at the same time, Priscilla Block and Haley Witters is one of my favorite because it's new country mixed with 90s country.
Okay.
And I love how you can just hear the instrumentals.
Okay. Interesting. You mentioned earlier that you play piano as well as guitar. Mm-hmm. Do you play any other instruments other than that?
Oh, yes.
Okay.
So let me think. Guitar, ukulele. I play electric guitar also. The little box drum, I can play that. Play the flute.
Oh, wow.
There's more than I'm actually forgetting. I play the bass guitar. I have a 12-string guitar. I'm trying to think. I I'm missing something.
Okay, yeah.
But those are the main ones.
Did you teach yourself how to play all those? Like, did you?
Yeah, the only instruments I ever really had like lessons for was the guitar and the piano.
Okay. And which one out of those was the hardest to learn?
Man, I don't know, because they're both so different.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. Piano, I had piano for the longest. Maybe guitar.
Okay.
Because, I don't know, there's so many like bar chords. Yeah, guitar takes it. And I'm
Gotcha.
thinking about bar chords. Yeah. Guitar.
Yeah. Okay. And is that the one you play most? So I see you have the guitar in the studio with us now.
Yeah, I mainly write with guitar, which is funny because I started playing the piano first, but I always write with a guitar, and I'm just even really specific about which guitars I like to write with, because that's another thing. I have a lot of guitars. It's like a collector's problem.
Okay.
Not really a problem, but I see them and I love them and I just want another one. I always like to write with the one I have today, like my Taylor guitar. It just doesn't feel right if I don't write with this one, because they each have different tones.
Right. So you mentioned writing. So I was going to ask, what's the writing process for you going into like a writing session? Like, how do you start it? Like, can you walk us through your mindset?
So I always, like I've noticed, start with lyrics or either a topic idea.
Okay.
For instance, there's a really new song that I am not going to play today. It's called Sad Country.
Okay.
But I just brought that as a concept to my co-writer, Bradley Collins. And I was like, hey, I think it'd be really funny if we wrote this song called Sad Country and, you know, make it a sad country song, but like be like, welcome to sad country. I hope you don't stay long.
Okay.
Like, and it's kind of like, you know, welcome to this town, but it's also sad country. But at the same time, the song that I'm actually going to play for you today is called Mixed Signals. Okay. And it was based off of a lyric. The lyric was like, you know, I never listened to Pink Floyd before I met you. But the line in it now is, I wish I could read you like your Pink Floyd tattoo.
Oh.
So I definitely lyrics or concepts.
I like that. I like that a lot. So you mentioned before we went on air, your plans for the future. So what do you have coming up regarding your music? Yeah.
So we're getting towards the end of the year. So the music industry does start to wind down like after Thanksgiving. I am playing a few shows around Greenville. Like tonight I'm going to be at Tapped in Winterville. That's over on Fire Tower. Then next weekend I'm going to be in Kinston. And then not next weekend like this weekend, but the weekend after I'm going to be at Christie's. Okay. And so just playing around the state. And then the plans are to release a lot of singles in the like late winter / spring. And finally end it with an EP. Okay. So I'm really excited about that.
She is booked and busy. So
trying to be.
Yes. Y'all better listen to that. So growing up, like you mentioned, like you like grew up singing in church and listening to Taylor. So you always knew that you wanted to pursue music, or did you have a different career path?
I mean, I always knew I wanted to pursue music because it's just what I always come back to. It's how I like decompress from things. Like I'm just like having a bad day, or I don't know, just my emotions, like a lyric will come out of it and I'm just like, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Right. Okay. And I kind of creeped on your Instagram and I saw that you were at was it the CMA Fest?
Yes, I was. That was so much fun. So I've been to CMA Fest before, but CMA Fest also has like official areas. And this is my first time like in an official area. Yeah. I was at Fanfare. I did my first ever meet and greet.
How was that?
It was so much fun to meet people and like sign autographs and just people that love country music. And then what's funny is like when I was leaving, I flew in. And so when I went to the airport to fly out, people like came up to me and were like, oh my gosh, we came to your like meet and greet. Do you remember us? I was like, yes, I do. Oh. It was a little weird because I was like, I don't have my cell phone on me. This could get like weird fast. Yeah. But everybody was so sweet. It was really fun because I actually got to go to the green room, and I was in the green room at the same time as like Parmalee and Bailey Zimmerman, and got to meet Daniel Diamond and his mother. So it was a really cool experience. And that's another thing I love about country music is that everybody is so welcoming and they don't try to put you down because maybe you don't have like a number one on Billboard yet. That's great. Yeah, it seems like a really nice community to be in. And like, it really is. And so what's funny is like also in the green room was my friend Tiffany Ashton. And so it's fun. They say that you come up together with other people to find your group, and that's how it works. And like I've definitely seen that. That's really good.
So you mentioned before, obviously you used to work here. So do you mind telling us about your life post-college and like your your college experience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, since it's College Radio Day, I worked here all 4 years of college, 2018 to 2022, was a DJ all 4 years, production director my junior year, and station manager my senior year. I sat on the CBI board as a student representative, so I was very involved in college radio and everything college radio. And then, like I said, with the pandemic, I did the whole genre switch, and it just made me realize that I wanted to do music full time, and that's what I did straight out of school, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
So as soon as you graduated, and did this music thing happen as soon as you graduated, or did it pop off a couple months after? Or
I mean, I've been doing music ever since, like, professionally, since I was probably like 12 or 13.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I had it all along, but this was the first time I was actually able to pursue it full time.
Okay.
And I just feel like I had a different perspective because I was writing more with people in Nashville. I had some great opportunities in college that connected me with some people at CMT.
Oh, wow.
So I had great mentors in the music industry also.
That's really great. So you say, like, you travel. Do you travel a lot going to Tennessee and other areas like that?
Yeah, this year not as much just because how the schedule was, but sometimes I'm out there like at least 3 times a year usually. This year was just one just because how the calendar fell and like shows I had here. But I do try to go to Nashville often and just keep in contact with everybody in Nashville, which is great because we have Zoom now.
Okay. Is Nashville just the main place you go to, or?
Yeah, I mean Nashville and Raleigh.
Okay.
Especially like with country music, it makes sense to go to Nashville.
Right. If it's better over there. I had to ask because, again, I was creeping on your Instagram and seeing you in person. I wanted to ask about your fashion and your hat.
Yeah.
And if you don't know, like, she wears, I feel like it's just like your main fashion statement is she's wearing a blue hat. And if you like go on her Instagram, it's Marye Amanda Music, right?
Yeah.
It's just like the main thing you see is a, it's not a cowboy hat, but
it's considered a rancher hat.
A rancher hat.
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's cute.
Thank
I love
you.
the color of it. Do you have multiple of those hats?
Yeah, I do. So I'm actually, because you can't see us in the studio, I'm wearing the one from the cover of The Other Girl, which I had a lot of promo pictures taken in, and I wear a lot of blue, so I wear this one a lot.
Right.
I actually have a few hats. I have a brown hat. I have a red hat. I have like a teal hat. I have a black hat. I have a brown hat. I have 2 brown hats. But yeah, when I did the switch to country music, you kind of have to have your thing.
Right.
Like, for instance, Lainey Wilson is like bell bottoms. And like Miranda Lambert wears kind of the old school like country look with embroidering. I'm trying to think. Taylor Swift had like the fringe dresses.
Right.
So if you look, everybody kind of has their thing. And I was just like, I love that hat. And it's funny, I actually found this hat coming back from recording in Asheville and Winston-Salem.
Oh, wow.
And so that kind of like sparked the whole like colored hat thing.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's a very interesting. That's the first thing I noticed too. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to ask about her her hat. So yeah, I was like, is there anything other like fashion wise that you look into for country or anything like
boots,
that? Or okay.
Boots. I used to wear a lot of heels when I did like alternative rock. I like boots. They're more comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't have it on today, but I have a guitar strap that has my name like on it.
That's cool.
With roses, and that's kind of cool. A lot of people in the country community have stuff like that, and so that was really cool. That was like a birthday present last year.
Yeah.
Or was it Christmas? I can't remember. My birthday and Christmas are so close together.
Okay.
But it was like one or the other. And so I feel like just defining yourself like that is really important.
Right. I think that's great. Do you have anything else that you would like the people to know about you or your music?
No, I'm just, all of my songs are available on all platforms. I'm on all social media platforms also. Doing a really cool day in the life today. If you want to just stay up to date. Going to be at Tap tonight. And yeah, I'm going to play some songs for you guys.
Okay, yeah, great. So we're going to go into a quick song. And when we come back, we'll be hearing live from Marye Amanda. So you don't want to miss it. Don't go anywhere. Right now we got Smashing Pumpkins with Tiberius. All right, welcome back to WZMB 91.3 FM Greenville. You just heard Marye Amanda's song with The Other Girl. If you haven't heard our whole interview, she is live with me in the studio. And again, I just want to thank you so much for being here. Your mic is on. I just want to tell you that. Yeah. If you missed the beginning of it, had a little mishap, but we are all good. And I think that's the beauty of college radio. If you miss it, it's the final day of college radio day. And yeah, I just hope you had a great time listening. Marye, Amanda, I hope you had a great time here.
I did. I really did.
I'm so glad because I had so much fun with you here. In a little bit, or right now, actually, she is about to perform. And yeah, I'm just going to let you take it from here.
Cool. So yeah, this song is called Mixed Signals. I co-wrote it with Bradley Collins. It's just about, I had a guy that, I just couldn't really read him that well, and I was just kind of frustrated. And so I brought the line about the Pink Floyd thing, and that's how the song became to be. So I hope you guys enjoy. Wish I could read you like your Pink Floyd tattoo. Wish I knew you better than your friends do. It's not too soon to talk about me and you, 'cause in my mind you're a million miles away, and it makes me wonder if you're here to stay. When you got nothing left to say, I just wanna know that we're okay. It's like looking through a cloudy crystal, trying to read your mixed signals. Wonder what it really means when you play your favorite songs for me. Wonder what's on your mind when your hand's in mine. It's not too soon to talk about me and you, 'cause in my mind you're a million miles away. Makes me wonder if you're here to stay. And when you got nothing left to say, I just wanna know that we're okay. It's like looking through a cloudy crystal, trying to read your mixed signals. Want you to love me like the way I trust you, 'cause in my mind you're a million miles away. Makes me wonder if you're here to stay. When you got nothing left to say, I just wanna know that we're okay. It's like looking through a cloudy crystal, trying to read your mixed signals. Wish I could read you like your Pink Floyd tattoo. Thank you. And I think we have time for one more. Yeah, so this is another one that I co-wrote with Bradley Collins. It's called Settle for a Small Town. I think we all have those relationships that we don't really know what happened. And to the person, like literally, like we just don't know what happened in general. And then we find out, oh, you just moved back to your hometown. So this is Settle for a Small Town. And hopefully this is going to be the next single. Maybe, possibly. I think this is the one that is supposed to be. So hope you guys enjoy. Sometimes I wonder what became of you. Do you think about me like I think about you? Do you have that old Forerunner? Drink tea from a Yeti tumbler. What in the world ever happened to you? When you moved back to your hometown, you gave up what we had and let me down. Not a text, not a sound, not a where I am now. When you moved back, you settled for a small town. How's your family doing? Your mama still worry you. She always said that I was good for you. Did you catch the Braves last summer? Did you find another small town girl to think about you? When you move back to your hometown. You gave up what we had and let me down. Not a text, not a sound, not a where I am now. When you moved back, you settled for a small town. It's not that I still miss you, I just wanna know what drove you back down those small town roads where you moved back to your hometown. You gave up what we had and let me down. Not a text, not a sound, not a where I am now. When you moved back, you settled for a small town. Sometimes I wonder what became of you. Do you think about me like I think about you? Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. She killed that.
Thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Of course. Thank you so much.
Happy College Radio Day to everybody who celebrates.
If y'all are more interested, again, this Marye Amanda, she is on all platforms, like she said. She's on Instagram at Marye Amanda Music if you're interested. That was great. That's probably the last one you just played might be my favorite.
Oh,
so I'm excited to hear when
like,
it comes
it's
out.
funny, like whenever like I go places, like those are the two I play lately.
Yeah.
And like I always like to tell my co-writer, like, hey, they like this one, but I like that one better. It's funny. I've noticed in North Carolina, people like settle for a small town better.
Yeah.
But in Tennessee, they like mixed signals.
I love both of them.
I don't get it. It must be some geographical thing because like that's how it is. Like it's funny. I don't know. I think that's funny.
But yeah, again, thank you so much for coming. I loved it. Hopefully you can come back in the future. I would love to have you back.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. But yeah, again, this is DJ Breezy with the Golden Hour. I'm here every Friday from 10 to 11. And yeah, again, Miss Marye Amanda, thank you so much for coming.
No, thank you for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yes, ma'am. All right. So, that's all the time we have today. And yeah, we're going to leave you with that. Yeah, go Pirates.